So this is our third model, the Kyoto model. The purpose of this model is to teach loop reduction assisted by manual torque. You must navigate from the anus to the cecum in the allotted time. Before you start, take off the abdominal wall and rub the colon to ensure even and adequate lubrication along the length of the model. Ensure the model is in the correct configuration. Please note that the abdominal wall must be in place or you will not be successful in reaching the colon. You start when you enter the anus. Insert the endoscope gently. Remember, the flexible portion of the endoscope may be damaged if force is used upon initial entry. Stop when you reach the ileocecal valve and the stop cap fills the screen. Instruments that you'll need for this model is the lower GI endoscope, the camera tower, the Kyoto model, and the blue lubrication packet. The protocol for this model, the pretest is 1 repetition with the proctor. The proficiency training protocol is to achieve proficiency time on 2 consecutive repetitions. Proficiency testing is 1 repetition with the proctor. There are no error points planned for this model. All right, let's show you how to do it. So we're on the GI Mentor right now. You won't be using this for training, but I wanted to use this for demonstration purposes. So this is a map of where I am in the colon. So rectum, you can see that I'm at the start of the sigmoid colon right here. I'm at the very top. We're going to go back to the GI Mentor view, and what you're going to see is I'm going to try and advance. I'm pushing my hand forward, and what you can see is that I can't go forward even though I'm pushing. So what I'm going to do is pull back a little bit and apply some torque. You can see the screen move. I'm going to pull back, and you see that I'm moving forward even though I'm pulling backwards. This is reducing a loop, and you have to go slowly, and then you can advance, and you see you're able to go forward. The trick to reducing a loop is not fast movements. It's slow movements backwards. I'm pulling backwards the scope out of the patient, but you see that I'm advancing inside the patient. All right, I stopped going forward, so now I'm going to push forward again. And we're going to see the map that I was able to reduce the loop. I'm going to do this again on map view. So I go forward, and you see that the colon's stretching out. So now I'm going to torque, I'm going to pull back, and then push forward, and you see that I'm able to go forward a little bit, but now in this area right here, you've got this loop that's coming up. I'm going to turn the other way, pull back a little bit, and what you can see is an omega loop forms right there. So this is the loop where you're pushing in, but you're not going forward. So I'm going to apply torque. I'm going to pull backwards. And what you'll see is that the scope will move forward even though I'm pulling the colonoscope out of the patient. And now I'm able to go straight again. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is insert the scope. Just remember this flexible portion of the endoscope can be easily damaged, so grip it close to the anus and just apply gentle pressure going in. We apply a little bit of air going in here, centering the lumen as we go. And here we see our first tortuosity. So can't find your lumen, back up a little bit, look around again. So right now I'm at a loop. So right here I'm pushing forward, but you see the camera's moving backwards. You should also be able to see on the cover that you're pushing, but you're not advancing. So what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of torque, gently pull back. And as I do that, even though I'm pulling out, I am advancing. The trick is to do this slowly and not go too quickly.
So before you start, you want to take the cover off. You want to rub each part of the colon and make sure the lubricant is adequately distributed along the length of the colon. If you rub it and it feels dry, redistribute the lubricant or add some more by taking the cap off and adding some lubricant to the end and rubbing it down. The other thing you want to be certain of is that your your sigmoid loop is set up properly. So one arm should be here, and it should create an alpha loop that comes up and around. Once you're done, be certain to put the top back on, otherwise you'll struggle in performing this task.